Hi, welcome to the Witch House. Pull up a chair, have a sit, and let's chat. Happy Friday the 13th, and happy full harvest moon. What an awesome time of year this is. I'm so excited. In another week or so, it's going to be the fall equinox, and that is the turning of the wheel, folks. And so I'm so looking forward to it. Um, Tonight, since it is the full moon and Friday the 13th, I thought what better way to kick off creepy season than going through all my creepy decks. I have amassed probably more than 50 decks here. Yes, I pulled them all out of the library and I have them piled up on the kitchen table. And so we're going to get into it. And if I miss any, please let me know. I tried to be thorough in picking out the decks that I consider fantastic for this time of year. But you may have some that I didn't think of or that I wouldn't think qualified. But anyway, before we do that, before we get into it, I am going to get my full moon candle going, and I'm going to get some full moon incense going too to get this party started. Before I do that, though, I have to show this off. Can you like see the can you see the sparkle in this? Okay, so I got this from Piper's Hollow. This is a incense. You can do it like that, or you can just put the cone incense directly on the stand. But shiny, it's got shinies in it, so of course I had to get that. I usually do not burn much. I don't burn much charcoal incense because all the kids are out in force tonight. Just because I'm not really used to it. I'm more inclined with stick incense, or I think Simon calls them dupe cones. Never heard of them, but I mean they're cone incense. I hope you guys have nothing better to do tonight because it's going to be a long one. So let me get this charcoal going here. I hope everybody had a fantastic, wonderful day today. And I don't know if you guys have already done your full moon rituals yet or not. It's about, I think it's about 7 o'clock my time. It's getting a little dark, but we really don't get dark for a little while. See, that's the other thing. I can never tell if this sucker is lit or not. So, I think I'm going to need another match. Oh, gosh. Stick with me, kids. We're going to have some fun tonight, I swear. Here, maybe if I pick it up with my tongs and really get that flame going on it, or under it, or where do I want to put this thing? I want to put it on top? No. That's not helping anything. See, this is why I don't use loose incense. Now, I'll admit I have the loose incense because it was I thought it'd be a cool idea for the full moon to do this nice incense thing, but now it's a matter of trying to get this freaking charcoal to light, and it's not having it. It's not having it. Why is it not having it, guys? I have used 3 matches so far. Okay. I'm getting down to business now. Maybe that's what I didn't do before. Maybe I'm not holding it properly. Ooh. Okay, I think I might have got it lit that time. I'm seeing things. Oh, yeah, I got it lit that time. Okay, So while my full moon incense, the little charcoal thingy gets to going. Oh, I'm already 5 minutes in. I've got my candle burning. Are you ready to get going? Okay, so I'm going to start off showing you the newer decks that I've acquired probably within this year and late last year. So I'll show you those first, and then we'll get into the old stuff. So first thing I want to show off, of course, is the Demon Possessed Tarot. Demon Possessed. Now, I have not used this deck. I'm looking forward to trying it out. I love what Travis has done with this. I know lots of people, after Kickstarter came out, wanted this deck. And unfortunately, the way Travis planned this whole thing is that he was doing the Demon Possessed and the Angel Evoking, which I also have. And then he was doing the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. It was a three-piece thing, and they weren't going to be for sale after the Kickstarter. So you will be very lucky if you find one of these decks for sale. The Kickstarter, I believe, for Oracle of Heaven and Hell is already ended. So, yeah, sorry guys. So I got the Demon Possessed Tarot, and it came just like this. There was no fancy schmancy box. Unlike the Angel Evoking Tarot, which you got this really nice bag with, and of course the cards are gorgeous, and it came with this fabulous box with the Kabbalah on the front and then this terrific lining, and it originally came in this box. So I guess a lot of people said, hey, why didn't we get a box for the Demon Possessed? So Travis has now made a box similar to this for the Demon Possessed Tarot, and we could add on to our pledge of the Oracle of Heaven and Hell to get that. So I am now getting a fancy box for my Demon Possessed Tarot as well. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm very sorry for those of you who missed it, because, pardon my language, but these are some great fucking decks. The best, I would say, the best, like, Demon Angel decks I've seen. Truth. So, yeah. Okay, then I'm going to try my incense. So I got some incense from my favorite metaphysical shop. She makes some wonderful incenses with resins and, ooh, is that, yes. Of course, charcoal went out. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I'm determined now. I'm going to get this thing lit. Now it has just ceased, now it has just ticked me off enough that I am going to get this damn thing to light if it kills me. If it kills me, this thing will light. Hold on, guys. I'm working it here. I think I might actually have something going. I had to get out my lighter. The matches weren't good enough for it. I actually had to pull out my lighter to... Doggone thing. Moving on. This is another fabulous deck. The Halloween Magic Tarot. Love this one. This came out this year, Roxana Paul, and they're still available. Great open up box with great cards. There's one of the cards. Very creepy, Halloweeny. By the way, I have done unboxings, I think, of most of these decks. So if there's a deck you want to see more of, do a search in the search box, and I'm sure it'll come up, and you can watch my unboxing and walkthrough of the deck. So there's that one. This was another Kickstarter, the Cute and Creepy Tarot. I think this was not earlier this year, but I think maybe end of last year. But I mean, look at the... See, these aren't even out of order yet, so I just love it. So we have the Cute and Creepy Tarot. And that was Kickstarter. Both of those were Kickstarters. Here's another Kickstarter, the Gothic Moon Tarot. That was a Kickstarter. Of course, I just got this one, Seasons of the Witch. I can't believe I didn't know about this deck ahead of time, but I'm really looking forward to working with this this coming season. This is not really a tarot, but this is the Devil's Acre Penny Fortune cards. And I guess maybe it's kind of like a Lenormand kind of thing. Lenormand Oracle. It's like Lenormand size, but it's very gothic-y. So I really like these. That was another Kickstarter. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh yes, I got this one recently as well. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. Unfortunately, this deck is no longer available. I got it when it was on sale, discounted on Etsy. I have a distinct feeling it was due to copyright issues, because these are very much look like right out of the movie. Yes. So there's that. This was another one I backed on Kickstarter. This is a Major Arcana deck, and it's the Orphans. And it's got a cute backstory about the orphans, but they're very cool Oracle deck. And I'm pretty sure I did a walkthrough of those, the Orphans of Dudleytown. And okay. Then recently I'm so excited for this, Deadweight. So this is by our friends over at Tarot Collectibles. They do so many wonderful decks. So this was their latest, was the Deadweight. And then they also did the Deadweight I can never say this word. Apocalyptic. Apocalyptic Deadweight. Very cool. I have been loving I've been using the Apocalyptic for about a month already. So, yeah. He also has one, see, I'm losing, my decks are falling off the table already. Okay, so still, same company, Tarot Collectibles. They got some awesome stuff over there. So they had a deck that's called Kitty Cats, and now they have the Spooky Cats Tarot. And these are cutesy dootsies, but, it's Halloween. They're spooky cats. So why not? Yeah. And then, besides the spooky cats, this was the first deck that got me hooked. And I blame Tracy over at Two Rocks Tarot, because Tracy does this, Tracy's twisted monthly readings. And she did it with this deck, and it's called Twisted Tarot Tales. Twisted Tarot Tales. And it's huge, because he keeps adding alternative cards to the deck. And so you can swap them out, or like Tracy and I do, we just put them all together into one ginormous deck. And these are so awesome. So awesome. But their depictions, I mean, look, you got Elvira. How bad can you? And that's, I know, that's a Christmas one, right? He threw a couple of Christmas. But there, you know, Gremlins. He had some Gremlin ones extra too, so that he threw in. But Morticia and Gomez, the Munsters. So it's an awesome deck, and this is the one that got my attention first. And I have now become, I'm a huge fan of tarot collectibles. So yeah, they even have the winter weight. They have all kinds of stuff. Yes, I'm going to throw this right up here in the middle, because I want you to go check these people out, because they're the awesomest. And their customer service is top notch, let me tell you. Okay, what else do we have? Well, of course, we have Mildred Payne's Black Enchantment Oracle. And, we have the Blood Edition as well. I'm blaming Simon for this. I had no intention, I had no like of Deviant Moon for a long time. I mean, a long time. It was probably a year. Ooh. And now, eep, my candle just set my other candle on fire. Boy, I'm having a night. But it's Simon's fault, because all of a sudden I really fell in love with the Deviant Moon. And so, yeah, I have been on the Patrick Valenza trail ever since. So there's that. Also this year, I got the Crow Tarot, which is lovely. Crows are good any time of year, but especially this time of year. So I'm excited for that. Of course, my little bag, I just showed this off. My bucket list find, which was the All Hallows deck by Renee Tish Hollister. I think she's affectionately was known as Cronata. Somebody gave me a link to an eclectic tarot forum where she talked about, she was talking about the Minute deck that she created that I have too. So, okay, so those were, and here's another recent one that I just got, which is the Everyday Witch Oracle. I did not unbox this one on my channel because so many others have unboxed it. So I didn't do an unboxing for this one, but I'm sure you can find plenty more. Well, yes, Baker. Hello. She's trying to get in on the action. She doesn't like it when I do these videos. So next on my list of decks is, of course, we have the Vampire Tarot by Natalie Hertz. It's a little weird kind of a deck, but, you know, I like weird. So I know somebody who doesn't like this deck. But anyways, I also, last year, I got the Marigold Tarot. That's another beautiful dark deck. The Santa Muerte Oracle. Another great deck. And of course, it goes very well with the, it's in here somewhere, the Santa Muerte Tarot. Same author. This one, Dark Mirror Oracle cards. Okay, this is a weird deck. I still have it, but I really haven't used it very much because it's really dark, and it's about looking at your own darkness. So, yeah, I'm not sure, I don't know. I'm not sure that I jive with this deck completely. And I'm not the first person who apparently has said that about that particular deck. So there's just something in it that seems to be off with the meanings. I don't know. Okay, so then also late last year, I picked up Tarot of Shadows. And this is its own system. I didn't get an awful lot of time to work with it last year because, well, last year around, October, especially November, which is, I think, when I got this deck, things weren't good for me. So I didn't play much with it. I got it, but I didn't play much with it. Ooh, I itch. And then, ooh, I got this one. And I didn't get to play with this at all, but man, I love that eye. And it's, you can see it's raised and it's cool and it's creepy. And I think this is its own tarot system too. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting into these two decks. Tarot of the Haunted House by my gal Sasha Graham. Sasha is wonderful. She is working on another tarot deck for 2020 with Abigail Larson. If you look them up on Instagram, you can follow the deck. Awesome. I mean, some really cool, dark, creepy artwork. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I have the Ghost Tarot, which I absolutely love. There it is. With all its fairy tale stories of ghosties and things. We have, I got the Ludi Lescott last year and I didn't get to use it either. So I have a lot of decks I need to get into this year, as you can see. Oh, and this is another one that was a favorite that I did get to use, which was the Dark Days Tarot. And I did a trade with the lovely Becca from Intuition Tarot for this deck, and I absolutely adore it. I got to use it a lot last year. So that's wonderful. Of course, I have my Bohemian Gothic Tarot, which I love. Love, love, love. Ooh, I'm having to reach for things. I may have to get up and pick up a couple of things. So this one is the Alchemy 1977. I don't know that I did a. Ooh, are they upside down? I don't know that I did a walkthrough on this deck. I had a lovely friend, give me these cards because she wasn't going to use them. They are Pip-ish. It's not a Pip deck per se, but they are Pip-ish, you can see. So I haven't used it too much. I'm hoping to in the future, because I think it's a very pretty dark deck. Also, I got another deck gifted to me the same time, and that was Anne Stokes Gothic Tarot. It's another Pip-ish kind of deck, but I haven't had any time to really work with it either, because again, last year was not good. So we're going to make the most of this year, and we're going to play with some dark decks, and I'm going to start now. Last year I waited until October and it was just too late. So of course everybody has to have the Halloween Tarot. Da da da. Cutie patootie. I wouldn't use this just for Halloween time. I use this deck all year, actually. I think it's, it's Halloweeny, but it's not especially creepy. I don't know. Either that or I'm just creepy, because I would honestly use most of these decks year round because, well, that's just me. Okay, let's see. What else do I have? Oh, I'm reaching for stuff here. All right, so in this one, I got this one in a trade with my lovely friend Simon over at the Hermit's Cave. And this is the Ghosts and Spirits deck. I love this deck. I had so much fun using this deck last year. It was awesome. So, yeah. Love it. One of my favorites, definitely. And then this one I found on Little Red Tarot. And I don't know if you would call it creepy, but it just kind of strikes me that way. It's called the Ancestor deck. And it's really, to me, it feels kind of deep with the quotes and just some of the pictures, you know. These don't look like very happy individuals, you know, for the time and place they were. And so, yeah, and I think this is a pretty deep deck as well. So, for me, it just works better at the darker time of the year. That's hard to get back in there. So, okay, I'm going to have to stand up for a second and go rearrange. Hang on for just a second, guys, while I shift. Oh, almost lost it. Let me shift some of these decks around so I can have more room and show you the rest of my collection, because I have quite a few still left to show. Okay. Ta-da! And we're back. Okay, this time I came prepared. I have... Did I seriously just... Thank God it's only water. Okay. I mean, it's hot here tonight. I had the air conditioner running for a couple of hours, but wow, I didn't think I needed to take a bath in it. I already got out of the shower. Oh gosh, guys, you are getting a treat tonight with it, let me tell you. Okay, so I have, of course, everybody's got this one, the Dark Mansion Tarot. Love that. Love, love, love. Here is the Santa Muerte Tarot, which of course I had to get in the keepsake coffin box. This deck is still for sale, but, excuse me, it's in a regular square type box. So, there's that. Yes, I did get this deck, Tricker Tarot. It's the only one from this company I own, and I won't buy any more. And Google it, and you can figure out why for yourself, because I'm not going into that. This one I got the end of last year, too, which is the Cemetery Oracle. And I didn't get to use it much last year, but I really want to use it this year because it is so unique. So here it is, the Cemetery Oracle. It was available on Etsy, last I knew. And it has like 6 ways. Each card has like 6 answers. So you can see all the corners have numbers. So depending on which way they fall next to each other is how you read them. It's really a very unique system. So each card will give you 6 answers. So you don't need that many cards to get a bunch of different answers, or, you know, to get a reading from the deck. So I'm looking forward to using that one most definitely. Of course, I have the Raven cards, the Raven Oracle. I love this deck, but these cards are friggin' huge. They're ginormous. Fortunately, they're flexible enough that they shuffle pretty good. But still, big ass deck. Now I have 2 decks here. I have the Oracle of Shadows and the Oracle of Nightmares. Both are available on Etsy. These are also really good cards to draw alongside any of your tarot readings, as a, you know, an extra card or to start the reading. Yeah, I love those. Of course, this is the very first set of cards I purchased, and that was, of course, the Halloween Oracle. Lucy Cavendish's The Halloween Oracle. So, you ain't nothing if you ain't got this deck, okay? Come on. You gotta have the Halloween Oracle. You just do. It's a thing. Now, here we have the Fallen Angels deck. This deck was out of print last year. It retails for $16.95 here in the United States, or £12.99. I paid $75 for this deck, and they have already reprinted the deck. You can get it on Amazon now. I believe it's on pre-order if it's not something you can already buy. Yeah, there you go. So, be careful in purchasing out of print decks, folks, because they can come back to bite you on the arse. Oh, what else do I have here? So, of course, my borderless Deviant Moon, and I have borderless bordered Russian. Yes, boo-boo. I also have the Dracula Tarot. I found this just kind of thumbing through Google. The only problem I have with this is she has a guidebook that you can print at Lulu. The guidebook is $32. I'm like, so I haven't got the book. I didn't get the book. Yes. And then also, I just recently got the Dark Grimoire Tarot. Friend sent me this deck. Had to have it because I didn't have it in my collection. She thought I needed it. She had it. She didn't read with it. So now I have the Dark Grimoire Tarot, which I didn't get to use last year either. So there's that. I'm coming down to the wire, folks. I'm getting there. Also, oh, that's right. I showed you the Everyday Witch Oracle, but here is the Everyday Witch Tarot. So obviously the two will go wonderful together. And yeah, so there's that. Baker, really? She's walking through altar space to get to her perch on the window. So, of course, you have to have the Zombie Tarot. You have to have the Zombie Tarot. And if you've got the Zombie Tarot, obviously you have pre-ordered the Tarot Z Ultimate, right? In the nice open, looks like a metal container box. Oh yeah, I got it on pre-order, so that'll be coming up soon. Tarot Z. The other one I have is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. I'm not sure I would consider this a dark deck, but people often think voodoo. Voodoo is different to me. It's not, I don't consider it dark or light. Well, actually, it's both. Truthfully, it's both. But, and unfortunately, I really wanted to learn last year I was in a voodoo hoodoo state of mind, and I really wanted to learn more about it. And of course, life takes you down turns and travels where sometimes the things you want to do really aren't the things that the universe wants you to do at that time. So I have it for future. Um, I also got the Crow's Magic Tarot. Of course, anything to do with crows definitely is a win in the darker months. Um, I got this cutie patootie. This is the vintage horror deck. You can find this on Etsy. But, I mean, how cool is that? Bella Lugosi and Creature from the Black Lagoon. And, yeah, very cool deck. And then we have, this is a new one I got this year, Madame Lydia's. Madame Lydia Wilhelmino's Tarot, Monsters and the Macabre and Autumn Scenes. Again, another fantastic deck that I have not been able to use because, you know, stuff kind of hit the fan. But, yeah. So, Madame Wilhelmina. I also have the Azucar Bone Oracle deck. This is also available on Etsy. I got a lot of stuff on Etsy before I really started getting into Kickstarter and Indiegogo and finding independent artists through Instagram. Oh my God, they're all over Instagram. So I'm finding a lot there too. So, but this is the Azucar Bone Tarot, and yeah, this is a great. This is another great oracle deck. I really enjoyed using it last year. Dun 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 dun. What else do I have? And then this is my big Mama Jamma deck. Okay. These are three decks, three oracle decks, combined into one tarot deck. One big fat happy oracle deck. This is something I saw Avalon do, and some other folks have done it. And so if you like, oh my God, her name just went right out, and I have a crap ton of her decks. That's terrible. I can't remember her name, but it's Le Vampire, Oracle of the Shapeshifters, and Oracle of Light and Dark. And that's all three decks together. They work really well, and so I just melded them into one huge tarot deck. And, you know, I've had them in this flimsy bag for a year now, and I need to find me somebody to make me a bag for this big ass thing. Something that would contain it. Oh my God. I still can't remember her name. Is it Lucy Cavendish? I think so. Maybe? Oh, that's terrible. I just had a total and complete brain fart on that. Okay. You guys will figure it out, I'm sure. Somebody tell me in the comments. And then this is just a personal joy to me. This is the Sacred Places of Lilydale. I don't know that you would consider it a tarot, well, or an oracle, but it does have, you know, meanings and cards, and it's surrounded around Lilydale, New York, which is a very spiritual place where I grew up, you know, not too far away from there. So we went there all the time. And so when I heard she made this deck, she used to live there as well. Obviously, I had to go get it. All right, guys, we are coming down to the wire. Can you believe it? If you have been with me this long, thank you for hanging out. I hope you have enjoyed this. So my last decks that I'm going to show you are my some of my prized possessions, which is Tarot of the Vampires, Ian Daniels. Love this deck. Love this deck. Very good for this time of year. Very good for shadow work. Yes, definitely. Then we also have oops. I gotta get some better bags for these as well. But I have my Demon Tarot, which is it's okay. Unfortunately, it's kind of the cards say one thing on them, and then you read the definition in the books, and you're a little disappointed because she kind of watered them down. So they really aren't as demony as they could be. I have kind of just flung her thing, whatever her meanings aside, and used my own because I know the demons. So yeah. And then my very last dark deck, one of my huge treasures, is of course the Vampire Tarot by Robert M. Place. I love this deck. I pull it out. I'll be honest. I pull it out to look at the cards and to sit with the cards. I've read the book. I reread the book, but I just, because of the fact that this deck was so expensive, and it's out of print, I just can't bring myself to really shuffle it. And it's got the square pointed corners, and I'm so afraid of messing it up. So that to me is kind of like a keepsake deck, I'll be honest. Okay, wow, I'm almost at 45 minutes. Guys, this has been probably one of my longest videos ever. But there you have it. That is my dark deck collection to kick off this wonderful fall harvesty season. I hope you have enjoyed. If I didn't mention a deck and you know of one, let me know, because I'm always interested in adding to my collection. So I can't wait to hear what you guys think. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed your Friday the 13th. I hope you are basking in the full harvest moon and manifesting your dreams. I send you much chakra love, and I will see you on the next one.